Let's learn and understand batiks from the things that you can find in your home. Okay, let's see what we need. We need 2 containers. I found half-cut milk container and an ice cream container. 3 empty jars, a teaspoon, 2 gloves, ground turmeric powder, peeled beetroot skin, coffee powder, salt, few cotton fabric pieces. When you get cotton fabric, it has to be a little bit transparent. It shouldn't be very thick cotton. So you can feel that it is not very thick fabric. And a large candle. Okay, let's start it. Now I have put 2 tablespoons of turmeric and 2 tablespoons of salt to 300 ml of water. Mix it well and boil it for about 10 minutes. Now leave it for another couple of hours to cool it down. Make sure to cool down completely. You can follow the same process for peeled beetroot skin and also add 2 tablespoons of salt. Mix it well and boil it for about 10 minutes again. So I follow the same process for coffee as well, and let it cool down for about a couple of hours to completely cool down. And you can see turmeric, beetroot and also coffee. So they are natural dyes now. We have to start the process and see which is the best. So get the big candle now and scrape using the teaspoon or tablespoon to get little pieces of wax. We only need little, we don't need much because we are trying to learn. Let's light up the candle and let's see the next step. Here's the piece of cotton fabric, so that's transparent, not too thick. So let's place it on the cardboard. Okay, get the spoon. Now we'll get a little bit of wax and let's warm it up. So you can see it's melting now. Now we can make the design using the melted wax. So you can do your own design. It could be stripe, it could be shapes, or even if you want to pre-design something using a pencil or pen, you can still do that. So I'm just trying without doing any drawings or anything, just to try out and show you what we can do with the wax. Okay, now you can see the wax transferred to the other side of the fabric as well. So we'll get another piece of fabric and we'll do another design. I'm going to do some stripes with this piece of fabric. You can see it's a little bit of the wax is a bit darker now. It's just because of the flame of the candle. You don't need too much worry about that, because when you come into the last step of the process, I can show you what we can do about it. And also in future with the videos, I can show you we can make handmade tool, then you don't get that flame into the wax. So let's do another piece of fabric as well, because we have 3 different type of natural dyes, so we'll do 3 and see. Okay, so that's also done. Okay, we have 3 different types of design. Okay, let's get into the interesting step. So we're going to dye these 3 designs using turmeric, beetroot and coffee. Okay, I'm going to put one into turmeric, and we need to dip dye this one. We need to push it to the bottom. Let's follow the same process for the beetroot and the coffee as well. You need to keep it 48 hours on these natural dyes to absorb the dyes properly to the fabric. Okay, now I let it 48 hours on these natural dyes, so I'm going to take them out and let's see how the color absorbs to the cotton fabric. Okay, here's the turmeric dye. Yellow color, it absorbs very well. That's beautiful. So you can see the dye hasn't gone into the dot area because it's sealed by the wax. So you can see that the same way with the beetroot dye, the dye hasn't gone into the waxed area. So here's the striped one. So let's check the coffee as well. Yeah, they absorbed very well, but we need to wait until the last step to see which absorbs very well, because we have to follow a few more steps. Okay, now we need to let it dry for 48 hours. So this piece is dried 48 hours. So you can see that's completely dried. And do not dry on direct sun, leave it on a shaded area. So next step is removing this wax, then you can get the design. So before we remove the wax, we need to crush it, like you need to break it a little bit before we go into the next process. The next process is we need to put them into boiling water. So it's easier to remove the wax if you crush that wax a little bit and try to break that down. So after you crush it a little bit, you can put it to lukewarm water and try to crush a bit more. So you can follow the same process for the other two fabric as well. This is the coffee dyed fabric and the beetroot dyed fabric as well. Okay, let's put boiling water to one of the container, and the other container contains lukewarm water. So let's take the turmeric dyed fabric piece and put it to the boiling water to get rid of the wax. Once you put one side, then you can put it to the other lukewarm water, the same side, because if there's any remaining wax in there, you can see when you put it to lukewarm water, it's get hardened again. You can change the sides and follow the same process for the both sides. So let's follow the same process for the other two fabric as well, and try to remove the wax from the fabric, and design will appear. I think the beetroot fabric and coffee dyed fabric is not successful. They're all gone completely when we put into the boiling water. So you can see all the dyes have gone. So that wasn't successful. I think they're not strong enough to absorb to the cotton fabric. So we can see turmeric dyed fabric still remains the dyed area. So the yellow color still remains in there. So let's concentrate on this turmeric colored fabric, and we'll leave the other two fabric aside because that wasn't dyed very well. So while you put this fabric to the boiling water on and off, just crush the wax during the process so you can get the wax removed easily. And now you can see wax completely gone, and also the black color flame from the candle and the wax was removed as well. So squeeze the water out from the fabric and put it in middle of a tissue paper to dry it completely. And there's a very important process that you need to iron this fabric very well, because if there's any remaining wax in there, that will absorb to the tissue paper. So get the fabric out of the tissue paper. Now if there was any wax that was absorbed to the tissue paper, so now you can iron the fabric again without the tissue paper. So you can see that the ball shaped design remaining in there, because that was covered by wax initially on the white fabric, and the rest of the area covered by the turmeric yellow color. So here's the end of the process. You can see that beautiful design came out of the white cotton fabric using wax and turmeric dye. The other two natural dyes, the coffee and beetroot, wasn't successful because when you put into the boiling water, that was completely gone because they are not strong enough to absorb to the fabric. So if you're going to do this at your home, just try using the turmeric. That's absorbs really well. And also if you have any comments or questions or any suggestions, you just comment below. We really appreciate your feedback. I hope you got basic idea how to do batiks and using the things that you can find in home. You may use this design for a mask design or for a table mat. And also I'm planning to do more online videos to do the batiks professional way and making tools, making dyes and using professional dyes as well. So please subscribe the ARTMORE YouTube channel and please like this video. We will put more videos and more tutorials in future. And I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something today.